Ooh-wee! Alright, hey y'all. We're decluttering my eyeshadow palettes today. I love these particular declutter videos here on the tube. Because I don't know, eyeshadows, what is that? Eyeshadow palettes are my favorite thing ever in the whole wide world because they give me so much inspiration and I just have so much fun doing it. So I love eyeshadow palettes, and I think I have, please don't judge, I think I have 73. That is a lot for any normal person. I'm slightly more of a makeup enthusiast, so I think that's too much for me, and I know I need to declutter a bunch. But compared to like these booty gurus here on the YouTube, that's, you know, not a whole lot for them. But I'm a normal person and I need to declutter some stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring them in waves, and I'm going to pick out what for sure I know I want to keep out of each wave, and then declutter from there. So I've kind of spread just a few out here. I'll bring more stuff in, set them out, and pick out what I know I want to keep. Okay, so right off the bat, I'm keeping my Natasha Denona Biba palette. This girl cost me an arm and a leg, but she was worth every penny. Absolutely stunning, gorgeous. I can do so much with her. I can make it look neutral or you know, jazz it all the way up to like an evening look. The mattes are completely buttery and blendable. The couple shimmers in here are stunning. They work with all the looks. I'll be keeping her for sure. The Too Faced Born This Way. This is the Natural Nudes. This is brand new to the Too Faced line, the Natural Nudes collection. This is great. I think Too Faced hit this out of the park. This formula is stunning. The mattes, again, are really creamy. The shimmers are very pigmented, and it's just great payoff. I can get so many easy, effortless looks out of this, all the way from day to night and anything in between. Absolutely love this palette. I highly recommend, if you guys haven't thought about checking this out, it is well worth it. So I'll definitely be keeping her. I am for sure not getting rid of my Tati Beauty Volume 1 Textured Neutrals eyeshadow palette. This, I feel like such a luxurious grown-up when I wear this. I feel it's so sophisticated. It's got mattes, sequins, metallics, and glitters, and then 5 color stories, and it has every variation of that color in there, and it's just stunning. It's absolutely stunning. She's not going anywhere. I think Tati killed it with this palette, and I cannot wait for more stuff that she comes out with. So definitely keeping her. I use this little lady almost on the daily. This is the Too Faced Natural Eyes palette. Yeah, she's, I can't, as you can see, I hit major pan on 2 of the shades. I just use her on a daily when I have to I don't want to have to think about doing my eye makeup. And to accompany that, I have the original. This is my very first eyeshadow palette. It's the exact same one as this, just in the old tin packaging. And I'm trying to project pan her right now. The formula is still good with her. And as you can see, I've majorly hit pan on that one. So I'm just going to keep working through that, but I will be keeping both of these. So this is where it gets hard because there's actually quite a few in here I want to keep. This one, the I'll Be There For You by Peachy Queen. It is a Friends themed palette. She's not going anywhere. The colors on this are stunning, and I don't really use a whole lot of color palettes, but when I do, I'll show you some other color palettes that I know I'm going to be keeping for sure because I like the formula, but there's some colors in here that are just like ridiculously pigmented, and I don't have them in my collection. So when I want to do something fun, I'm for sure going to reach for this palette. So I'll be keeping her. And I'm probably the biggest Friends TV show nerd you could ever meet. I'm not even joking on that. Not joking. So I'll be keeping her. Definitely not getting rid of the Tarte Aspen Ovard collab. This is stunning. It has 9 eyeshadows, a blush, and a highlight in it. This shade in the center, though, is not the one that came in the palette. It's actually Anastasia Beverly Hills. I believe it's the shade Amber. This shade shattered because I dropped something on it, so I just refilled it with another single eyeshadow, but I travel with this all the time, and she is well loved. Everything you need in one palette, definitely not getting rid of her. I'm only keeping this palette for sentimental reasons and for collector's item. This is the Kat Von D 10th anniversary eyeshadow palette. This is one of the last ones that she did. I think it was the last one she did that had her original artwork on it. And the shades in here are very unique. I'll be keeping this just, again, for collector's purposes. I know that's kind of like like low to say. I'm just keeping something for the packaging and for the artwork part of it, but I am. So sue me, I'm keeping it. It's my collection, I can do what I want. This one. The Dose of Colors Desi and Katie Friendcation palette. This is a lot of fun. Do I reach for it that often? I would say I kind of reach for this 50-50. I have reached for it in the past, and it does have a little bit of use in it, but can I reach for it more? Yes. So I'll be putting it off to the side. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this because I know I've gotten use out of it, and I will continue to. And I want to play with the formula again a little bit more, so I'm going to keep her. Okay. This little Z palette just has 3 ColourPop singles in it. I'll go ahead and get my ColourPop. Where are they at? My ColourPop single pans. I've got one more somewhere. What did I do with it? I'm losing my mind here, folks. Okay, well, I've got another one that's got the neutral shades in it. Oh, duh. It's underneath here. I'm losing my mind, guys. Okay. These have my ColourPop single shades in them. These are the ones that I knew I was already going to declutter. These are some of the colorful ones. What I'm going to be doing is I'm keeping this big one here, but I'm going to be taking these shades out of it and putting it into a smaller Z palette to give away, and I'm just going to give the palette along with it because it's a good Z palette. So I'm just going to be tossing those in here and removing these, putting them back, but I'm getting rid of these colors by ColourPop. And in here I put the shades, again, that from ColourPop that I'm keeping that are more of the colorful, shimmery ones. So yeah, I'll be keeping those. And then this one are all my ColourPop neutrals. These aren't going anywhere. I really love traveling with these. I love doing any type of look on anybody with them because I have everything under the sun I could want to do a very neutral look. So I'll definitely be keeping that. Okay, the ones that are maybes. This is gonna break my heart, you guys. This is my Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk quad. I paid an exorbitant amount for this little quad, and while I love anything and everything Charlotte Tilbury, and I wanted to love this Pillow Talk palette so bad, with my skin tone, my blonde hair, my blue eyes, it almost makes me look a little sick. Just because it's slightly more pinky mauve. You know how when you get sick you kind of get like reddish eyes, like a little pinky? It just looks sickly on me, and I hate that because I really wanted to love it. So I will sadly be giving her away. That was a shot to the heart. That hurt. Okay. This one by Tarte is the Be You Naturally palette. I got this in a BoxyCharm. But y'all, I never use this. I have swatched it. It's just too neutral for me. It'd be great for somebody else who doesn't really like want to have a whole lot of variety. Just keep it super basic, but still want to look kind of like presentable, I guess you'd say. For like, I don't know, it just everyday kind of makeup. If you just want to put a little something on, this is great for that, but I just never reach for it. So I'll be giving her away. This NYX Ultimate palette. I will be decluttering this only because this is my first color palette that I ever had, right? And the reason why I'm going to be decluttering her is because I have these two palettes right here, which is they're the Melt Cosmetic palettes. They make up a Dia de los Muertos skull. I apologize if my Spanish is not that great, but this is the Vida and Muerta palettes. And the color scheme on these just, oh, I mean, come on now. Like, is that not stunning? So because I have all of these shades, and I know I love the formula of this, and I'm not taking, like, these aren't going anywhere, I will be passing this little palette on. Did a really cool Harley Quinn look with that NYX palette, though, but these I know I just will be keeping. So I need to kind of rearrange the stuff that I'm putting over here. Okay. This one. This is a collector's item, and they don't make it anymore. It's Tarte. This is the Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust collection. I love this for spring looks. it really is super pretty. It's got a lot of kind of pinky tones in it, pink shifts. So I'll be keeping her for that reason. Okay. I know that I'm getting rid of everything, I think, except for this, because, hear me out. I just got this palette, right? And I haven't used it a whole lot. And the color story is, it's unique. I don't quite like it, but the reason that I'm keeping it, not for the mattes, because I don't think that the mattes are good. They're not like the best. They're slightly like a little kind of muted, but what I'm keeping it for is for this color, that one, that one, and the other two. They are some of the most unique, kind of shimmery, glittery, like it's a pink with a blue shift. This is a purple with kind of a black undertone and a blue shift. Look at that. It's even got a little green to it too. This is a stunning pink, super metallic shimmer. And then this blue, I don't have a blue like quite that bright of a blue. So I'm only actually keeping that palette just for the shimmers in it. But I am keeping her. These three, I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of. This is the Smashbox. This is a little trio. This is a photo edit eyeshadow trio in the shade Nude Pink Medium. Yeah, I just don't reach for her. She's got the basics that you need, but honestly, I'm bringing other stuff when I travel, so I'm just not going to use her. She's going away. The Violet Voss Berry Burst. Again, I love mini things because I know I can get through them easily, and I know that I can travel with them easily, but I don't really reach for pinky kind of things when I travel. I try to keep things more neutral when I travel. This is a stunning formula, but somebody else can get use out of it, so I'll be giving this away as well. And this one's from Butter London. I tried to play with this a few times. It just didn't work out for me. I just didn't get on with this palette. There's nothing really wrong with it. I just didn't jive with it, and it just wasn't up my alley. The color scheme just wasn't there for me. But they are really pretty shades, and I think, again, somebody else can get better use out of it than I could. Alright. Moving on. We'll bring out another section. Another wave. So many, you guys. Okay. Right off the bat, looking at this, what would I immediately go, yep, I'm keeping? My Urban Decay Naked Honey. I love, love, love this palette. It gives that neutral, but with a hint of warmth to it. I cannot go wrong with this palette. Anytime I've used this, I can get so many different looks, but I just can't go wrong with it. I think this is such a good palette. Urban Decay killed it. Okay, I'm keeping this, again, for sentimental reasons. I had another original one, but I completely panned the entire thing, and because I loved it so much, I bought a brand new one before they discontinued it permanently. I bought it when it was on sale as they were discontinuing it, because it was the first eyeshadow palette that I myself ever bought. I'm keeping this because I really do like the formula of this Naked original still. Keeping that one. The Urban Decay Born to Run. This is going to be put in my Shop My Stash upcoming because I like it, but I feel like I haven't tried to use it enough to really feel like I know it well enough to make a decision if I want to keep it or not. Do you know what I mean? So she's on the chopping block for me. She will be going in my Shop My Stash, which I will be filming a video for that soon about shopping my stash and kind of explaining that to those of you that don't know what it is. It's kind of helped me go through my products and then also to kind of help me decide on things I don't really know if I like or not anymore. So she's a maybe for me. Okay. The Urban Decay Naked Heat. I really like this palette. I feel though that I get similar looks every time that I use it. They're very warm tone and I do love the kind of reddy colors in there. But the Urban Decay Naked Cherry is along the same thing, and I actually accidentally kind of smashed that a little bit. But See, I know, I like them both. I feel like this is more of like a pink kind of tone to it. I feel like I get similar looks with them, meaning I get the kind of same look in this palette and the same kind of look in this palette. I need to figure out if I actually want to keep these. I just don't know if I want to keep them. I'm also going to put these on my chopping block. I'm going to try to use these in my upcoming Shop My Stash. So I'll put notes for these for myself to actually go through and work out to see if I want to keep. This palette by Alamar Cosmetics. She is a really good palette. It's an indie brand. This is the Reina del Caribe eyeshadow palette volume 1. Again, I'm sorry if I'm butchering Spanish words that I might say. But I will be giving her away. She's a really good palette though, but I just never reach for her. So she'll be going. Ace Beauté, really good indie brand. But, and you know, the shades in here, again, mattes are blendable. Very, very pigmented. I just never reach for her. And if I'm not giving my eyeshadow palettes love, they don't need to be in my collection. So this will be going as well. This Violet Voss Essentials eyeshadow palette. I got this because I thought it was going to be kind of fun to have this like colorful. Actually, you know what? No. Psych. I got this in a BoxyCharm. I was thinking about buying it, but I actually got it in a BoxyCharm. That's what it was. And you want to know something funny, guys, that I just noticed when I opened it? It still has the protective film over the mirror, and I haven't even swatched it. I think for some reason that purple, I may have bumped into something, but none of those other shades I've swatched. So she's brand new. I'm going to go ahead and declutter her, because if I haven't swatched him by now, and I know I've had it for a while, I'm not going to use her. So I'll be decluttering her. This one from Lunar Beauty, called the Greek Goddess Palette. This is Manny MUA. He's a YouTuber, a beauty YouTuber. Here, this is his brand. I think this packaging is stunning. I love the embossed Medusa head. She's beautiful. The shades in here are very well formulated. I have to give them that. But the colors, they just don't inspire me anymore. I got good use out of her when I first got her, but I don't use her anymore, and that's sad. And that's not anything against Manny or his brand. I do love his products that I've tried. This is the last thing that I have of Lunar Beauty, and I will be decluttering it just because I don't use her anymore. But look at that. That is so cool. Isn't that cool? But yeah, somebody else can really get a lot of good use out of her. So she's going. Okay, moving on. All of my Too Faced things here. Woo! Drop everything, and I'm gonna just okay. So I can tell you right off the bat that every single one of my Too Faced 10 palettes are not going anywhere. I am obsessed with all of these palettes. I still currently use every palette when I do a Shop My Stash. I pick a different one each week and I go through them. They are one of my favorites. Cool Tone Chocolate Bonbons. I think the Chocolate Gold is actually the one I use the least. I need to get more use out of her, but she's got some really, really pretty shimmers in there. And then, of course, the classic Sweet Peach, which started the craze. I love this palette. It's really great for the summertime. And then these are personally my favorite, are the Gingerbread Spice, which look at that. Fun. And then the Gingerbread Extra Spicy, which came out this past year. So much fun. These aren't going anywhere. I will be keeping all of those palettes. I'm just going to go ahead and tuck those right back in here whilst I am thinking about it. So I'm trying to make sure all these stay somewhat organized while I'm going through all this. She needs to go right there. Okay, these two. Soph X by Revolution Beauty. These are the only Revolution Beauty palettes that I own. This one was first. I still have the shade or little card in here that shows the names. This one is really pretty. I haven't used her in a while though. She does have a lot of good neutral shades and a lot of fun pops of color. But I think I'll go ahead and pass her on. just because, again, I don't ever reach for her. So her sister palette that she did a second palette. This one has a lot more tones that appeal to me, I guess. Trying to think. I know the silver is, or last one I tried it, yeah, this one with the silver was pretty outstanding. I really like I love the formulation of both palettes, if I'm being completely honest. But let me think about it. See, this is difficult. You know, no, I'm gonna give them away. Yep. Because again, I just don't reach for them, and these are top quality palettes that I know other people are gonna get a lot of use out of. And I believe I'm saying that because I thought I'd never get rid of these because I really love Soph and I love these palettes, but I just don't use them anymore. So, bye bye. Okay, this is getting so tough. Breaking my heart. Okay, next wave. Okay, this is the next wave. Let me take a quick sparkling water break. Super, super good. Okay. What can I look at that I know I am not parting with? ColourPop Going Coconuts. Only ColourPop 9 Shadow palette that I own, and for good reason, because it is a neutral girl's dream, and this is totally up my alley, and I love this. I will be for sure keeping her. My Tartelette in Bloom and Toasted palettes. Love, love, love this one in particular. My sister-in-law got me started. She recommended this palette to me. I've always heard about it, and she was like, you need to try it. And so I picked it up and fell in love with it. And then shortly after, I got the Tartelette Toasted palette, which is just kind of a warmer version of it. I use both of these quite frequently. I will be keeping them. The Tarte Man Eater, one of the best for travel. I think this little guy is so underrated. The quality of these shadows is insane, and people overlook this palette so much, and I just think she needs more love. It's one of my favorites by far. And again, I can tone it down or you know, really kick it up with, you know, that kind of black and the darker brown, and it's stunning. I think more people need to take a look at her because she's really, really good. And then my Violet Voss Holy Grail. I will just absolutely, I don't know what kind of noise just came out of my mouth there, but I will definitely not be getting rid of her. She'll pop open for me. Stunning, everyday, neutral colors. Again, I have a thing for neutrals. I think we know that by now with looking at what I've seen or what we've gone through here, but I love this. Absolutely beautiful for travel as well. Again, everything you need. And when we move, I'm probably going to be traveling with this one or my Natasha Denona, just because, yep, everything I need in one palette. There's that. Okay, here we go. This is where things are starting to get a little more hairy. And I have a few more palettes that are a little more controversial over here that we'll be talking about in a second, but oh, guys. Okay. This is the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself palette. They no longer make this. This is one of the only few of the round palettes that I like besides the Love, Trust, and Fairy Dust because the shimmers in here are stunning. I haven't used this enough, but I love the formula so much that I want to start using it more again. This just has one matte and then the rest are shimmer, and then this kind of really pretty, look at that, look how like pigmented that is, and it's stunning. I do want to keep this because I know I love the formula and I know I want to get more use out of it. It's just been stuck in the back of my drawer, so she needs to be out in the open where I can see her and use her. I am torn with the Dominique Cosmetics Celestial Thunder. I got this in a BoxyCharm. It was made for BoxyCharm. It's just a select few shades of her actual big version palette. And as much as I like this, the only reason I would keep this palette is because of this blue, this orange, and this sparkly shimmer right here. Everything else I don't think I would use, but she's gonna go in the maybe pile because based on other colors that I have, I don't know. I love the formula, like hands down. It's a really good formula. I'm just gonna think on it. I don't know if I actually want to keep a palette just for 3 colors. You know what I mean? This is a Fenty Beauty Moroccan Spice. I just got this in a BoxyCharm, and I like her, but I'm not super thrilled about the shimmers in here. They don't really have that great of like a color payoff. They're just kind of like, they're okay. And for me, I need like a whopper of a shimmer because I love strong shimmers. The mattes in here actually, they're pretty good. Yeah, they're really pigmented and I like the mattes, but yeah, shimmers are kind of lackluster for me, so I think I'm actually going to give her away because I don't think I'm going to get a whole lot of use out of her if the shimmers in there are not strong for me. Wow. We're making a mess over here. Okay. These two. I know what you're thinking. No, they're the same packaging, yes, but they're not the same palette. This one is volume 2 and this one is volume 1. This is the Tarte, what's that, face? What is it called? Clay Play. That's it, Clay Play palette. This is the original, which I love. It's got a contour, bronze, kind of 3 bottom shades, and then 3 sections of shades to use on your eyes. I love this. I can use this on anybody, and I have used this on plenty of people because I know that I've got a wide range of any tones of browns in here to use. Love the original. This one they decided to put use the same packaging, but put a bronzer, blush, and highlight, and then 3 shimmers in there and kind of change it up. I don't know how I feel about it, but I do know that I like the formula. I do like Tarte's formula. Because I'm not quite sure how I feel about this, I know it's not going to be in a maybe pile because I do still want to use it. I'm going to again put it in my pile with my stash so I can actually determine if I want to keep it. I need to get more use out of them because I feel like I haven't used them in a while that I'm not quite sure. Although this one I will be keeping. Okay. Oh, little stretch. Okay. Next section of palettes. These are the rest of my melt palettes. The other 2 are down the drawer. Put her over here. Okie dokie. So I know that right off the bat, this buddy is not going anywhere. This is the Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson conspiracy collab. This palette, I waited 6 hours online. The website crashed. They broke the internet with this palette because it was insane in the best way. And I'm so happy I have this. I wasn't able to get a hold of anything else in the collection, but as long as I got this, I was going to be happy. And absolute perfection. I love this palette, and I've tried to be so ginger about it because I know that you can't get it ever again. The shade, oh mama. Oh, it is so much fun. There's absolutely no way that she is going anywhere. I'm obsessed. I'm literally obsessed. Okay, let's move on down. We can get a better view. Alright, these 2 little ones by Natasha Denona. This is the Mini Nude and the Mini Glam palettes. I love both of these. Again, I love Natasha Denona formula. I had the Biba palette, and I'm so glad I picked these up. These are perfect, again, for travel, and I know I can get through them, which she was the first one I got, and you can see she's had some heavy dips in them. And then she's more new. I haven't got quite a whole lot of use out of her, but a little bit. But I love both of these. These are not going anywhere. This one, my Too Faced Hot Butter Rum. This is part of the holiday collection. And I'm actually going to get a backup of this because I love it that much, you guys. For fall and winter, for traveling, I can do so many fun things, or super neutral. It's such a great little palette, and it smells like hot butter rum. everything you can love in a teeny tiny little palette. It's great. Oh, it's so great. If you can still find this, get it, because oh my gosh, you will not be disappointed. This one. Okay, first off, how cute and little is this stack? This is by the brand Kaja, and it's a K-beauty, which if you don't know, K-beauty just means Korean beauty. It's a Korean brand. This thing is adorable. I love it. The formula is great. I can throw this in my purse, or if I like really have to hurry out the door, I'm going somewhere, I bring this little dude. She's got a little mirror, but a stunning shimmer. Next level you've got is a mid-tone matte, which is very creamy and very blendable for the crease. And then you've got to deepen up this nice rich brown, again, very blendable and silky smooth. I love this little guy. She ain't going anywhere. Okay. This is the other palette with just the colors that I own, which is the Blushing Berries. While I like the color story, this is too dramatic for me, I think, and I don't know, it's not my thing. I don't know why. I've used it several times. I even used the brush that came in with it, but I just don't know. I just feel like I can get really heavy really fast with it. They're very pigmented, and I've used other pigmented shadows before, but for some reason this just, I just don't get on with it. It's great, and again, somebody who like has a deeper skin tone, this would look stunning on, but I don't get on with it, so I think I'm going to pass on the Blushing Berries. Okay, my Jeffree Star Androgyny palette. This is the very first thing I ever got from Jeffree Star. I have this shade Cracked, which is so sad because it's a really pretty blue, but this shade, Safe Word, is the best crease color for so many skin tones. It's a beautiful transition. Can also be used as a contour on really fair skin tones. This shade Frosting, all of his formulas are just buttery, pigmented, easy to blend. A lot of greens are hard to perfect. This one is beautiful. I love androgyny right here. Purples are kind of hard to perfect. It just looks so beautiful in so many skin tones. So I will definitely be keeping androgyny. Okay. So now we're into some... I think I'm going to be keeping the Smoke Sessions palette because I don't have anything like these golds or greens. This is ridiculously just beautiful in every which way. And there it is. It's a great compliment, especially these shimmers are a beautiful compliment to the Vita and Work the palette. So I will for sure be keeping this. I really don't care that it has marijuana leaves on it. It doesn't bother me. I know it does bother some people. That's not to say that I'm a person that does that by any means, or promote stuff like that. But it doesn't bother me that there's pot leaves on here. It just doesn't. Only thing I care about this palette was the colors and how pretty they are. I know it really bothers some people that there's marijuana leaves on here. I mean, I'm indifferent, honestly. It doesn't bother me and it doesn't infuriate me, so I'm just kind of middle tone. But the colors are really great, which is all that matters. So we're keeping that for the colors. I will be keeping these two, but I want to Project Pan them, and I will tell you why. This is the Melt Cosmetics Gemini and 27 palette. These are the first two things I ever got from Melt Cosmetics. They were so difficult to get because they were being sold out. The issue that I have with these palettes, the color story is absolutely beautiful. Those color stories they speak so much to me. The issue I have is that in this palette, Vegas Past and Crime Fighter, the shimmers puff up. And if you have a Melt Cosmetics palette, and you probably experienced this, those two particular for me, they just get puffy. And I've actually just pressed them back down because I don't know what's going on. I know it's a kind of a common problem with a lot of people, but for that reason, I don't know if it's like the formula's going bad or whatever have you, or something's going on, but I want to go ahead and use them because I don't know if they're going to be safe to use in a while. I just don't know what's wrong with them. And then this one, The shades Gemini and Goals are, again, puffing up, and you can kind of see how it's kind of got like little kind of cracks in it here. If I push, I actually can press it down a little more. See, it's kind of puffy there. And then I also, when I opened this up earlier, Leo, this matte shade was puffing up, and I was like, what on earth? So I just kind of pressed it back down in there. So I'll be keeping these, but these are actually going to go in my project pan. I need to get some use out of these. I think I won't probably get a whole lot of use until the fall or winter time because these are more darker shades. I'll probably get more use out of 27 spring-ish maybe to summer. But this one definitely won't be until winter to fall time. But I'll be keeping these, but they're going to be used up soon. Oh, these are like little mini palettes. Okay. These two by Smashbox. These are the Cover Shot palettes. This one is is a collab with the person Vlada. I'm not too familiar with Vlada. I apologize. But the shades in here, the metallics, are out of this world reflective. Here, I'll just give you a little, see what I'm talking about. They're so ridiculously shiny. And I love that. I love a statement kind of shimmer. And they're kind of pinky, which is what I usually wear on my lids. And it's got a mid-toned kind of crease color and then outer kind of enhancer shades. I'll be keeping this one because she's beautiful. And then this one is the Minimalist Eyeshadow Palette. I like her. I need to get more use out of her. I've been using my Too Faced one all the time. I need to get more use out of this one because it's comparable. It's just a little more on the expensive side. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that. I think they're pretty comparable in price. I just need to get more use out of this because I do like it. I'm pretty sure I could hammer through this palette fairly easily. So I'll be keeping her. And I'm actually going to make a little room because I forgot to pull out these palettes down here, which wasn't smart of me. I knew that I needed to pull them out, but I'll grab those in a second. Go ahead and finish this up right here. This is the Tartist Pro To Go palette. If you want something that is just completely foolproof, that you can take this and not have to worry about like creating any type of special looks, throw that all over the eye from brow bone to lid all the way down. That in the crease, that in the outer corner, that all over the lid, and then in the evening kind of spice it up with these like bright metallics. Foolproof eye look. Beautiful little palette. I don't know why people don't talk about this more, but I think it's one of their like really clever ideas, and I find it works on so many different skin tones. So recommend this if you want like a foolproof kind of eyeshadow look. This is the only palette that I have by Juvia's Place. It is the Nubian Mini. These shades are really good. I just don't ever use them, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I really do love this. Oh, it's so creamy that I'm touching it. It's so creamy and shiny. And then these two. Here's the thing. The formula on these is great. You know what? I'm actually going to keep that. Yeah, I know I'll get used to that. I'm going to keep her. This one, again, I don't know. I'm going to put her in the Shop My Stash pile because, so I really fell in love with this color story when I first saw it. I was like, oh yes, that's absolutely amazing. But some of the shades, particularly the shimmers, don't have as well, like, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. I'm sorry I'm getting tongue-tied. I don't feel that the shimmers are quite as good as the other palettes. I don't know. They don't have quite as much color payoff for me. I don't know if I'm just applying them wrong or I need to try a different way. The mattes are really great, but so I'm going to put this in my Shop My Stash, and this only just came out for Valentine's Day. So I definitely feel like I need to get more use out of this if I'm going to make a final decision. Okay. The last little bit for me to go through are these palettes, which I will bring them out right now. 3 guesses as to what the palettes are. It's a collection. Can anybody guess the brand? Pop! Anastasia Beverly Hills. I have quite the collection of her. these are the last bit, guys. Good job, because you've made it about 40 minutes in, and we're just about finishing up. So these are all the Anastasia Beverly Hills palettes that I have. I was keeping these for the sake that I was collecting them. Because again, I'm that person that's going to do that. Okay. I can tell you that right off the bat, I'm not getting rid of my Modern Renaissance. I do love her. I think she's stunning. I will for sure be keeping her. I will most definitely be keeping my soft glam. I think this is my favorite out of all my palettes in the Anastasia. I will for sure be keeping her, my favorite. I will be keeping the Sultry palette. This is, I cannot tell you how much I've loved on this palette for evening looks. This is just effortless, like regal, beautiful, classy, elegant, sophisticated. I cannot say enough about this palette for like really jazzed up looks. I just, oh, she's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. The Norvina palette. I haven't used her as much. I know that's, you know, I haven't used her as much in a while, but you can tell I almost hit rock bottom on Rose Gold. Actually, I have it pan a little bit there. I've hit pan a little bit in the corner on Dazzling. But I definitely want to get some more wear out of her, especially for the springtime. I think she's beautiful, so I will be keeping her. I will most definitely be keeping my Jackie Aina collab. I haven't got a whole lot of use out of her, but what I have tried was so much fun, and like the quality of this, I feel, is just a little bit extra, but in a good way, like in a really blendable, pigmented way. Jackie like took her time on this, and it was just stunning. She did an amazing job. The Carly Bible palette is newer to me. I need to get more time with her. I haven't really used her a whole lot, but I do enjoy the color scheme, and I've touched them and played with them, and I do like this, so I will be keeping her as well. Now down to the ones that are on the chopping block. The Anastasia Prism palette. I feel like, so it's a very interesting color story, right? I actually haven't used this enough to really make a decision on it. I kind of just grabbed it when it was on sale one day. And I haven't actually really played with it that much, and I don't remember if I like it or not. So she's going to be going into my Shop My Stash pile. I've got quite a few in my Shop My Stash pile, guys, but that's because I need to make a decision about them. Okay. Riviera. Bright, beautiful, but do I have these shades in other palettes? I do not have a stark white. That is one thing that I don't have in my collection. But do I really need a stark white shade? Maybe to enhance another shade. This hot pink Bahamas is, oh, see, if I want a hot pink, I would for sure grab that. Oh man, see, this is, I just don't know. I don't know. Am I realistically reaching for a lot of colors? Honestly, not really, but when I do, I feel like I've got certain palettes that I know I will enjoy and use. For that, Seychelles is a stunning, stunning blue. I'm gonna think about her for 2 seconds, and then we'll move on to our Subculture. Yeah, Subculture's gotten banged up because I got mad at her. This is a funny story, and I'm not joking at all. I got so irritated at her when I first got this palette that I threw her down on the ground, and poor Roxy down here suffered for it. I since have learned how to work with these a little better, but it's still really difficult sometimes. Electric, I wanted it to be something way more than it is, but I think now that I've I added a drop of oil to it to kind of give it more of color payoff. But I just have learned if I want to go into this palette, I am not going to go into it for the shimmers. I'm just going to go into it for the mattes. And this is really great for a fall time look. I think I'm going to keep Subculture, even though her and I had a rough beginning. We're since worked things out. We've been to counseling and we're okay. But yeah. These are the two that are my maybes at the moment. Oh man, guys. Okay, so this hot pink, right? My things that I was keeping, I'm pretty sure. Let me look in that Friends palette that I set down. And let's just see if I've got that hot pink. So I have, oh my god. Let's see. I have Oh My God, which is creamy. And then there's Bahama. Wow. And then Lucid Dream here. I think I'm going to keep the Riviera, and I'm going to get rid of the Dominique Cosmetics one. Yeah. Yep. Am I sure? Do I really want to keep a palette for a few colors like I said with her? Oof. Actually, yeah. Nope. Ah. Why is it so hard, guys? I don't understand. Why is it so dang hard? Okay. I haven't used a Riviera palette that much. And honestly, am I going to use these colors? Be real with myself. Am I honestly going to use these colors? No. That's it. Riviera, she's going. Wow. Kind of hurts. And then Dominique Cosmetics. Are you going to use these shades? This one, every day, yes. This one can be used every day. Do I have blue greens? Yes, but not this particular shade. I think I might actually try to depot this one, guys. Because honestly, I'm thinking I'm keeping this just for this shade. Yeah. Alright. I'm going to depot this shade. And then give this one away. So that's it. That's everything, guys. We are getting rid of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Is that it? That's it. Getting rid of 17. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed, and stay tuned next for a face palette declutter. Bye!